good. All right, we are live. And look, cameras are all in the correct place. It's a miracle. All right. Oh, but I don't have the light on. There we go. All right. Well, welcome to the Greyhawk channel. This is the City of the Gods, episode 7, Da-nel's Camp. So we'll get to see what's happening. But before that, one to give a quick shout out and thank you to our sponsors and our supporters. So our Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers, you guys are number one out there for the Greyhawk channel. You guys allow the lights to stay on, allow all the various GMs to go. We've got the fall schedule ramping up with shows as well. And of course, still got another month and a half of the summer schedule here on the Greyhawk channel. So you guys are awesome, and make sure to visit the Discord because you guys get some secret areas on the Discord. Everybody can visit the Discord, but the Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers, you guys get a special section over there. Roll20 is one of the supporters of the Greyhawk channel. They have the leading virtual tabletop right now, and so the Greyhawk channel is officially supported, and anybody can try it free at roll20.net. It's you'll definitely see us using it here, especially depending on what the players do while they're in the camp. Who knows what skirmishes might happen? You never know. So it's very easy to use. They've got literally hundreds of game systems already set up on it so that you can just jump right in with a character sheet already. And then our actual sponsors, we've got Heroic Maps, of which you'll be seeing here in just a second for the camp. The various sand dune features and stuff are from Heroic Battle Maps. So they've got over 300 maps, various settings, not just fantasy. So they've got sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, all that sort of stuff. Just check them out on DriveThruRPG. Just search for Heroic Maps and you'll be able to see a whole bunch of things on there. Tabletop Loot has awesome dice and accessories, and if you're purchasing dice from them or any of their stuff, if you type in Greyhawk, capital G, capital H, E for Grey, then you'll get a 15% off for your dice order at tabletoploot.com. So they're pretty awesome. They also do a lot of awesome things for the community, like giving out free dice to D&D clubs and stuff like that at schools. So they're pretty cool. Rue Inc. Devin Rue is an awesome cartographer and illustrator. You may have seen some of her maps on Critical Role that they use there, but she also has free selection of black and whites on there, and then you can if you can purchase colored maps and stuff like that from her. So you can check her out at Rue Inc. And I think I forgot to mention. Oh no, yeah, that's for the next thing. So also for those Twitch subscribers and Patreon supporters in that secret section on the Discord, you can get codes to get a discount on anything you purchase from Rue Inc. Which is also true of Cantrip Candles, of which I am burning one that magically lit just moments ago. So I've got the Librarium Sanctum or something, the Library Scriptorium burning right now. I lit it earlier. It didn't light, I should say. I lit a match and was trying to light it, and then the flame reached my fingers, so I put it out. I pulled out another match to light, and suddenly the candle lit on its own. So that's interesting. But they have some awesome.
Once again, you're welcome.
Yeah. Eris over there is working her magic. So they do have awesome scents to choose from. So definitely check them out. They're all natural soy wax, hand poured stuff. That's pretty awesome. I enjoy the smells. And then of course, come and visit us on the Discord, and lots of friendly people to tell you all about the Greyhawk channel, but not just that. Anything you want to chat about, it's a lot of friendly folks. So yeah, that about covers that. Let's see who these crazy people are behind the camera. We are -1. Casey is currently en route to Gen Con. So she will not be joining us today. So you guys get to suffer with me attempting to be Roach a little bit on the sidelines. I think Roach is going to be invisible a lot, but we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, starting with our lovely Talia. Well, you're not Talia, but you play Talia. So tell us about yourself and about your character.
Hello, I'm Erisavad. I may be a robot right now, but I'm playing Talia Kiequin. I do a lot of things, but Talia is an arcane historian, and she's a bit of it's lost in her own head sometimes. Doesn't fully investigate things before she starts touching them. Yeah, we'll say that we're being nice today.
Yeah, and I think the group might soon discover that she's actually like a robot underneath. You were roboting out a little bit there, but I think we got the gist of it.
We're all robots under.
Yeah, well, we're all, well, I guess not all of us, but we're just skeletons waiting to be freed from our fleshy suits.
Yes.
Then we've got the person who plays Orion.
Hi everyone, I am Derek Sword. You can find me on Twitter at dsword16. I play Orion. He is a Dragonborn paladin who primarily tries to protect Talia, but has kind of adopted the whole party as his protective charge. He is a hefty boy with a lot of armor that the GM really likes to try and test that high number and see if he can beat it. He often does. But yes, I am happy to be back and happy to test my AC for another game.
I just realized I didn't update your armor now that you've acquired the God suit armor from the City of the Gods. You've got a guard of 25. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yuck. And then we've got Luthka. Well, we've got the individual who plays Luthka.
Hi, name's Belial Laika. I play Luthka, the standoffish and vengeful orc druid. Also, I play her hog companion, Glomus.
It's very true. Glomus has done some clutch hits too in a couple of the battles. And then we also have Roach. So as we mentioned, Casey is not here, but Roach is a necro ninja, to say. So she is an interesting character who has body parts that sometimes fall off, and sometimes when those body parts fall off, they move on their own as well. So that's always an interesting thing. And then I am Great Mustache. I am the DM for this lovely Greyhawk adventure into an original D&D campaign here. We are using the Open Legends system to play it, so that makes things interesting with exploding dice. All dice explode, so if you hit any of the maximum numbers, you get to re-roll those dice and just keep adding it, which for some reason, as every game that I GM, my players all know that I roll ridiculously well. So that's always interesting. And yeah, I guess that is all of that. So we'll get started with actually a recap. What happened last week? And we have, I think we have a reading of somebody's diary notes.
Yes. First of all, I just want to take a moment and say I think you have a Warlock Pact with Roll20. Something has been rigged somehow. I just know it. Okay. So yeah, Talia is she's been through a lot. So we're just gonna recap a little bit.
Well, okay, so we had some I don't even know what to call them, really. men in the City of the Gods armor. Maybe I guess technically they're frogmen. Well, we fought a bunch of them, and then we went through all of their stuff after we defeated them, because they tried to attack us, so we ambushed them. Anyways, we went through all of their stuff, and they had some really interesting items. Oh my gosh, there was so much. There was these light swords, and they were really cool. A bunch of those. I should not use a light sword. And there were all these different crossbolt wand hybrid things. I'm not quite sure. We'll figure them out. Well, there's one that we call the Needler, and I'm going to hold down to that one. And I figured out that everything has we're calling it a battery. Everything has a battery pack, and I've figured out how to take the energy that I took from the sun earlier in the day and put it into that. And then we can keep the armor that we found for Orion. We can keep that all charged up. Yes, I like that word. Okay, we're gonna use that word. Okay. Anyways, so we figured out we could do that. So I don't have to worry about him getting hurt anymore. Hopefully, he was really kind of worrying though, because I was actually I asked for one of the wands of Sunflame from him. And he was very reluctant to get rid of it. Even though it was almost dead, it was kind of concerning. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Maybe I should ask Roach to steal it from him, just to be safe. I wouldn't want him to go crazy with power or anything. Anyways, we ran into the area with the red dragon, and it almost saw us, but luckily a rock came and it decided to hunt that instead. It had a pretty good meal there. I don't know what happened there. It almost felt like we got seen, but I'm just really not sure at all. Anyways, it's going through this desert's really tiring. Oh gosh. Anyways, at one point we came a little too close to one of the sandfolk camps. I think they were trailing us, and now we're there, and we got to figure out either if they're going to help us, hinder us, or if we need to try to escape somehow. They seem really cordial though, and pretty nice, so it should be fine, right? I hope it's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Anybody have anything else they want to add to that beautiful reading?
No, that was wonderful.
Yeah, I almost forgot about the red dragon you guys almost faced.
Almost.
It was very
Yes.
We are the company of the
too close.
The dragon avoiders.
Yeah, you managed to just barely avoid the blue dragon, and now the red dragon. That's,
Dragon Dodgers.
I like that.
Dragon
the Dragon Dodgers.
There you go.
We're putting that in our notes.
So, I don't know if the last people just forgot to reset it, or if they didn't realize it happened, or if it happened overnight, but there was a divine favor passing, so we'll go ahead and roll for that. So for the viewers out there, if you guys donate bits and stuff, it goes towards the divine favor tab that's actually directly below me. Well, not directly, but all the way below me at the bottom, and so you can end up doing that. So let's see, there's the three of you here today. So 1 will be Eris, 2 will be Time Bust, and 3 will be Derek Sword. 2. So Time Bust. So Luthka, you get a divine favor. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Shit.
And so this divine favor you can use at any time of your choosing.
No, not exploding, I'm guessing. Or...
Yeah, not exploding, because there's only 6 options. These are the typical divine favors for the Greyhawk channel, slightly modified to fit with to fit with the Open Legend system. All right, so you get a Supreme Fortune. You get one reroll of any single to hit, ability check, or saving throw. So for Open Legend, that's one reroll of any single attack, action, or defend roll. So basically any of your rolls, if you want to re-roll it, you can use that Supreme Fortune after you've seen it and just get to re-roll it.
Gotcha.
So make sure you are where you have that. And then, yeah. So, and we're also really close to the summer season follower goal. We're at 379 out of 400. So that's pretty cool too. Anyways, we'll get right into it. You guys were currently in a meal with Da-nel and apparently one of his head guys, which is who you met in the ravine, which was Jamin. And so, yeah, you guys, I just showed you, pardon me, I just showed you a rough layout of part of the camp. The camp's actually a lot bigger than this, but this is just kind of the area that you're in presently. And I also have a token for you guys of what the Camarillas sort of look like. They're not actually basilisks, but they are similar, at least in their description to them. But that's a kind of a rough idea of what they might look like. But actually, I should drag all you guys out here. So you guys are currently in the tent. You're seated. There is a rug, a nice rug that's been kind of put out that the food's being brought out to. The sandfolk that are there, which is mainly just Jamin and Da-nel, they are eating something a little bit different that seems to be consisting of actual sand to a certain point. But you are brought normal food and stuff, and you've watched that the Baron's eating it without any problem. And what he explained to you again was with the greeting that he gave back, basically you guys are currently under the Elder's protection while you are here. So you are considered honored guests at the moment. So yeah, is there anything that he just asked you why you were there? And some individuals were very honest in informing what their purpose was being there for. So are there some things that you want to ask Da-nel or anything like that?
So if I remember right, Da-nel has like scars, right? Like scars almost seem like something that the culture is proud of. And then he also has like better fitting god suit, similar to what Orion has, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the impression you had. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, think of it almost like a synth weave type of material for the suit.
Okay.
And his is a little different color, and it's like you're wearing it, and it surprisingly fits you well. Like it's maybe adjusted in a little spots, but his looks like it's form fitted to him.
Like it even fits his extra appendages.
Mm-hmm. And all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do want to point that out. Da-nel, I noticed you have something kind of similar to what I'm wearing. Nicer, in fact. It's quite handsome. Just out of curiosity, where did you come by that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would keep that. Says, well, we often make incursions into the city of the gods, and sometimes we gather rewards.
Is that dangerous for you, or are you welcome there?
Give me a perception roll as you ask that question.
15.
You notice maybe just a slight smirk when you ask that, which quickly fades. I am welcome anywhere I wish to be welcome.
I see. Another, I guess, curious about the suit. Did it come with the 4 armholes, or is that something the suit did when you put it on?
Roll your presence. Let's see how he's regarding you right now. You did just tell him a whole lot of stuff, so you can have advantage. Or persuasion, actually, if you wish.
Persuasion. Presence is a little better.
Okay.
Does it matter?
So that's
Okay.
well. I mean, it's just going to be different DCs basically, because one is your physical presence in front of him to impress him versus you actually attempting to persuade his mind to tell you more.
Well, I'll do persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Yeah, 16. Says, well, clearly the gods regard me greatly, so impressed with me they lavished this wonderful reward upon me.
Oh, okay. Well, you must be an honorable individual indeed, then.
He says, well, I am the greatest fighter here. There's a reason I hold this position.
Tell me, did you have plans to go into the city again soon?
He says, perhaps.
Well, it seems that you might be the possibly best navigator of getting through either undetected or under a post, if you know what I mean. We need to get into the city. Is there any way that you can help us do that?
Roll your persuasion with advantage since you mentioned how great he was. Wow, you guys like 16s today.
Apparently.
He says, that is something that can be arranged. We'll talk of it more in the morning.
Okay.
Are we free to move about your camp, or?
You are guests of the camp, so of course you are welcome to explore. We have set up a guest tent just for you, so that you can have to yourselves and enjoy the night.
That's much appreciated.
Is there a specific reason why you picked us? And why you brought us here?
It has been witnessed your valiant battles with the Froggers, or they're not Froggers, Froggies. And that has impressed me and piqued my interest. And now that I know more of why you are here, we will see in the morning.
Well, I'd like to just take a look around the camp and see if anything else just kind of stands out.
Sure, yeah. You guys can kind of finish up your meal and then head out. So you're, you guys are presently right here in Denali's tent, and over here, just a little bit to the northeast, is where your tent is. So I'll put Brother Richard and Baron right there, just so that you can remember which tent is yours. And yeah, so you guys finish your meal. It's of good quality. It's enjoyable. And yeah, you guys can get up and explore a little bit if you want. So the camp is laid out. There is this little stream that's going through it. On the other side of the stream is where like all the camarillas are. They're, of course, you arrived at. I guess it is night because you guys arrived at night, right? Yeah. Okay. So that makes things interesting. But so you guys are here, and they're over there sleeping and resting. There's definitely a lot of sand folk. They seem to be regarding you, but they don't seem to be hostile. They're just taking note of you for sure as you start to go out. So is there any particular thing you want to go and check out for Orion?
I want to definitely walk north towards whatever the pit-looking thing is. But as he's walking, I definitely want him looking, left and right. If he sees some of the sand folk, he'll nod respectfully towards them. Just acknowledge them and kind of just see if there's anything unique about any of the tents, anything that stands out, or see if just anybody approaches him as he's walking along.
Yeah,
Talia's going to go with you. She wants to walk around and take a look at the camp too.
Okay, I think Roach goes into the tent and then like goes invisible and then probably is scouting out things on her own. So she'll get a lay of the land because that's the type of thing that I think Roach would do. Checking exits. So there's basically two exits. There's an exit on the southern end of the camp, and let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. So there's the way that you came in, which is basically the southwest as far as this map is concerned, and then there is another exit that's kind of to the southeast, kind of following the end of the stream more or less. And of course you can attempt to go. Those are the easier exits, I guess, the more obvious, less burdensome. There's of course, hills and rocks and stuff that you can just climb over. But so that's kind of the main thing there. And what about Luthka and Glamis? What are they doing?
I mean, they're just going about their thing.
I will say, I don't know if this would interest Luthka or not, but across the river where the Camarillas are, there are some various vegetations and stuff that could possibly interest a druid.
I mean, yeah, I guess Luthka will go check those out and see if they're anything like the ones from the present day. Right.
Well, and then there's also the Camarillas as well. Over there. So yeah, you can definitely check that out. So let's look at Orion and Talia. You guys are kind of walking along. The individual known as Jamin, which is the one who originally greeted you and then escorted you, kind of starts walking alongside you, Orion, and kind of looks you up and down and says, "I've never seen a lizard so large."
I've never seen a sandfolk before. First time for everything. And to be fair, your Camarillas are quite large. They're impressive beasts. In fact, I find it impressive you're able to tame and ride them. They look potentially quite dangerous.
Yes, I imagine one could
Have you not seen
tear
the
you
red
apart
dragon?
easily. And then he kind of looks towards you, Talia, as you start to speak.
Charlie
Have
makes
you not?
Have you seen the red dragon? Sorry, Ares, I don't think you said what I said there.
What were you saying, Talia?
Have you not seen the red dragon? That's a really big lizard. Much bigger than Orion here.
Well, that's a dragon, a mighty and impressive beast.
Might have looked smaller because it's further away.
Says, a red dragon would impress me. And kind of looks at you, Orion.
Feelings a little hurt. Well, I'm part dragon too. I can breathe flames just like the red dragon. I'm just can't fly or devour entire livestock in one bite, but I've done my share, I'm sure.
You should have seen the last pig we roasted. It was gone in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, he doesn't even know about the pig.
So he eats like a pig, does he?
No, he eats pig. He doesn't eat like a pig.
Let's get off the pig. Yeah. No, I can hold my own in a fight. I can breathe fire, and I like to think of myself as a protector to the weak, and then those that can protect themselves.
So who protects you?
Well, that'd be my shield, my armor. Who protects you?
I need no protection. I am not so weak as you.
Aha. All right, so what's this pit that you have to the north here? Is this a trash pit?
Yeah, so as you... Oh, no, that's not the person I want to move. Let's see. Jameen. Yeah, so you approach this pit. It is... So it is surrounded... So there's kind of... I wouldn't call them benches, but you can tell that there's like places that you can potentially sit around it. So it's a lowered pit, which he lets you know is the fighting pit. Let me get a better description. Okay, yeah. So it's basically roughly a 20-foot square. It's 8-foot deep pit that's dug into the ground, and yeah, he basically informs you that this is a place where real warriors, emphasizing real as he looks at you, would met out challenges to determine who is superior.
I see. Jeffrey, have you fought in here before?
Jeffrey? Who are you talking to?
I'm actively mistaking his name.
Oh. Okay, so you're... Says, who is Jeffrey?
Sorry, Jake? What was your name again? I tend to only remember important people. I'm sorry.
Oh, actually, I think I have this.
Talia kind of nudges you and hurts her elbow.
So, I made a slight mistake. This is not Jameen that you originally met. This is another individual called Najir. So this is Najir.
Well, that changes everything.
So
Well, that changes what Talia thinks of the whole situation.
sure. So this is not the individual that brought you to the camp. I apologize. I apparently got that mixed up.
I was going to say his attitude changed drastically.
Yeah.
Talia was actually just about to say something about it. Like, what the heck, dude?
But welcoming diplomat to just...
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's my bad. I got those two. I grabbed the wrong token, basically. But yeah, so this is another individual.
Who is this?
Yeah. So he's Najir. So he as you were walking and you bumped into each other, he would have probably mentioned his name is Najir.
How old are you, Najir?
Weirdly patronizing question.
He He gives an adult age answer for Sandfolk.
Okay. You seem to be looking for a fight in the way that a young person might be trying to prove themselves. If you're looking for a fight with me, you need to look elsewhere. I have better manners than to fight with the people who give me food and shelter.
He kind of huffs out and mutters enough so that you could for sure hear it without question, about a coward as he walks away.
That's fine, Najir. Just go back to your tent.
I'm really proud of the way you handled that. I was kind of about to say something quite rude.
Well, murdering our hosts is, well, it's never good form, is it?
No, I wasn't gonna say to murder him. Why would you just go to murder?
Well, if you start a fight, you gotta finish it. I'm just saying.
You don't have to kill everybody, Orion. You can just,
We're
knock them
standing
out.
by a fighting pit. Murder was insinuated.
No. He says people see who's best by fighting there and completing challenges, not by killing people.
You and I have very different images of fighting pits, but that's fine.
And you guys do have those two uses of knowledge that you acquired about the Sandfolk prior during your travels and talking. So if you ever wanted to use one of those for more information about something, you can do that.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of thinking about the structured hierarchy of, it kind of seems like it's very almost Dothraki-like, that the strongest fighter is kind of the leader, and I'm guessing that to gain rank, it's sort of meeting in the fighting pits or something similar to that. It's probably battle or honor based, but yeah, I definitely wanted to wonder about their just societal structure.
Sure. So there are elders among the Sandfolk who kind of agree and set up things. So somebody is usually the leader. They cannot be challenged once they are the leader. So like he could not challenge Da-nel to combat as Da-nel's the leader. But there are other things that could happen. Like Da-nel could challenge him, right? But he can't challenge Da-nel. So there's kind of that structure that's set up as well. But there are elders. There's several groupings of Sandfolk. And so this would be one. And they're sort of unified, but sort of not type of thing. So there might... The Sandfolk might have an agreement with people, right, to not attack them or something, and then some Sandfolk might attack them, and they're like, "Oh, well, those are not those are rebellious, right?" type of thing will be said. So that's kind of a little idea of what the structure's like. There's usually a grouping of elders. There's one person who's kind of the person in charge. You can't challenge somebody above you, but they could end up challenging you. So
is it kind of like an honor sort of thing where
it is.
Najir couldn't directly challenge Da-nel, but he could at least maybe insult him, and Da-nel would have to
somebody could insult and bait an individual to try and get them to challenge them to a fight, for example.
Okay.
Which
like exactly what he was trying to do with
What?
Orion.
What are you talking about? So yeah, that sometimes does happen. All right.
Okay.
So, well, did you have some more you wanted to say, Talia, to Orion? about his
Yeah,
desire to just murder, apparently.
Why does the fight have to end in death? Why can't it just end in like knocking someone out and then like either taking them somewhere to get them fixed or something like that? Like if it's not
It's a valid point you're making. It is absolutely a valid point.
if the first person isn't trying to actually kill you, just fight you, just
It's a thin line. That's all I'm saying. When you're fighting with swords and sharp things and just you're absolutely right. It shouldn't end in death in situations like this. It seemed like he was pushing a little bit, just trying to answer back when I was smell what he was stepping in. That's all.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. I really, really appreciate the way you handled that. I think you did a really good job. I was just concerned about all the fighting and death thing that you went
totally
straight
just,
to like killing him rather than
every
just
fight we've been in so far that we've at least won has ended in death.
Well, yes, but that's because the people were trying to kill us.
And that's what I'm saying. I thought he was trying to kill. He was hinting at being a little lethal. I'm not doing the killing straight up. It's not unanswered. It's not. I'm not murdering people. It's, self-defense. It's self-defense.
Yes.
I defend. It's self-defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go look at some big lizards.
I think it might be interesting to psychoanalyze Orion.
It's true.
Yeah. Tally is kind of doing it in her head right now.
He likes fire. He likes blowing things up. He's casually into murder, but still has a heart of gold.
Anyways, Talia just kind of turns and shakes her head and writes a note in her notebook and then closes it.
Writes a note. Dun dun dun.
She writes a note and then she closes it. She says, I'm a little concerned about you, Ryan.
I appreciate that.
Are you still feeling okay?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Just we've been in the desert for how long now? Desert's a deadly place. Just gotta got my blood hot. Just trying not to die. Trying to make it back to the time that we belong in, and really anyone who stands in our way of that isn't going to be standing for long.
Not too worried about the butterfly effect, I guess.
Yeah, I worry that we're gonna do something wrong. Well, because, everything that we do, it has an effect, especially now, because now it's in the past. So now we're affecting things that have happened so long ago that history has been lost. So I don't even know of a lot of books that cover this time frame at all. And what if we're the ones that made it so that we don't have the history, or something that we did made it that way? It's quite concerning, but at the same time, I just, it's already happened, and so now we're here, and so everything's okay, I guess. Unless
I'm going to be perfectly honest. You are blowing my mind. You are much smarter than me. So I will make a deal. I will check with you before I kill anyone or anything.
I mean, if they're trying to kill you and they're not stopping, even when you're just like, stop, and, you're trying to knock them out or whatever, and they won't stop, then yeah, totally, just do what you have to do. But, if, you're just having a friendly fight or something, maybe leave the sword alone.
Okay, totally fair. Yeah, I mean, if I'm sparring, I'm not trying to kill somebody. But yeah, we're same page. No
Okay.
cold-blooded murder. Yeah, self-defense only. Cool.
Gun is using the gun is fine though.
You know,
You're using the gun only in severe situations, like dragons.
I'm not 100% sure it'll do much against the dragon.
Don't know till you try. Dragons and trees.
They're not made of the same stuff, Orion.
They are not. True.
Yeah. Dragons have a history of not responding not responding much to fire, depending on the dragon, of course.
We did see that blue dragon.
Yeah, that might have worked on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe, depending. I don't know. I can't remember if blue dragons are, if they have a protective layer of cold, kind of like the red dragons have a protective layer of hot. I'll have to double check the book when I get back. And she writes another note in the book.
So yeah, as that discussion is happening, we kind of pan over to look at Luthka and Glamis, kind of heading over the water. There's probably a few like bridge-like things that have been set up in a few spots so that you can just more easily cross. Or it's not that deep, so they'd probably just cross. They wouldn't put bridges
I
up.
think
I don't
Luthka would prefer to wade rather than use a bridge.
Okay. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's not super deep, so the water seems very clean for drinking. I mean, as clean as a stream is doing. It's not like purposely dirtied or anything like that.
All right. So anything interesting going on in like little biome on the other side of the stream?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
That's a 12.
All right, so yeah, you're looking around. There's some desert vegetation. I don't think there's anything super unusual. Things that you would expect to find in a desert biome, even in present day. So they seem to coincide more or less. And there's maybe a few Camarilla about. Based on their teeth and stuff, you don't think they are vegetarians, but it seems like maybe they might ingest some of this vegetation from time to time to maybe aid in digestion.
So, okay, non-obligate carnivores, maybe?
Say that again?
Non-obligate carnivores, maybe?
Yeah, probably something along those lines. Yeah, because they definitely have sharp teeth for tearing and rending flesh and meat.
Rip and tear.
Yeah. Or maybe dragon scale, or, I don't know why I'd say that.
Yeah, they eat dragons, is that what you're saying?
Or maybe mini dragons or something. And they are large. Quite large.
I know someone with dragon skills.
Yeah. They are certainly interesting creatures. Actually, let me... I could probably give you a better description than what I've given before. So yeah, Camarilla is a 12-foot long, 6-legged, desert-dwelling, lizard-like carnivore. Its back and flanks have brown and orange. So it's kind of a tough yellow ochre hide. And it's usually mottled on the back and flanks with the brown and the orange. It looks like they could probably live for weeks without water, based on your knowledge of animals in general. They look like they have very strong jaws from what you can see. Razor sharp teeth. So yeah, that's kind of what the impression you get. You could always like try and investigate them a little bit more. These, I mean, they're not attacking you, obviously, and they seem to mostly just be ignoring you because these are obviously trained, right? So they are domesticated as far as the Sandfolk have domesticated them for riding.
Yeah, but like if I ever were to get in trouble with one, I'm guessing just like apply the alligator technique of making sure they can't open their mouth.
That'd probably be wise.
And then you'll just be fine for the most part.
Yeah, those teeth do not look fun. But if you want to like do a deeper investigation to see if you can figure anything else about the Camarillas, you could. I'd probably give you advantage to that since you have a background in knowing about creatures and animals and stuff like that.
I mean, like, if there's anything else left to know about them, like, sure. Which role would that be?
It would either be logic to try and decipher more about them, or because I don't think this is something that's in your background, because yours has to do more with the forests and stuff than desert.
I mean, the forest, the prairie, the swamp.
Right. So you could kind of logic it out, or do through perception and kind of insight into the creature itself would be the two that I would default to, unless you've got another suggestion.
Advantage one, you said, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say at least advantage. And if you have any other perks or feats or things like that might give you advantage for it.
I mean, like, Nature's Ally lets me kind of get along with animals a bit more so I can gain closer without them. Like,
I think that's reasonable. So you could have at least another advantage from that.
Okay. Let's see. There.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, you get a slight magical sense from these creatures as you're observing it. You've encountered magical creatures before, and you're getting that sense, kind of looking at, maybe you kind of see one yawn or something, or open their mouth real big. Do you think it might have some sort of magical breath based on, like, maybe you see some sacs or something in the back, some sort of ability there, and I think you happen to notice, like, there's maybe a little fire that's been set up by some Sandfolk over here, and you notice that its tail is just resting in the fire, and it's not hurting the skin, and it's not reacting to the fire at all, so the fire doesn't seem to do any damage to the creature at all.
All right.
So, yeah, basically you think it has either some sort of, like, immunity to fire, and some sort of breath attack it can do in addition to razor sharp teeth. And maybe you notice also that, because it sounded to me, Orion, when you mentioned checking out the creatures, that you were maybe thinking about crossing the river and looking at them as well.
Yeah, I figured that would be our next stop if it's not getting like too late in the night at this point.
It is getting a little late, but you could probably still, like, look at them. You might notice Luthka and Glamis in the distance. I think the Camarillas would be looking at Glamis, interestingly. Actually,
if we see Luthka over there, I think we want to at least approach her and talk to her.
Yeah, she is definitely over there.
Luthka, did you learn anything about these?
Sure.
Anything interesting about them?
Yeah,
besides the fact that they're
lots of
big,
interesting stuff.
Okay. Curious. I know that you're able to turn into different animals. Is this? I'm not sure how that works. Is this something that you can now turn into now that you've been around it, experienced it, or are your formations limited?
I could try.
That'd be interesting.
And especially with your perception check, technically you can turn into one of these.
Yeah, but if this is a magical beast, then like
Uh,
I don't know if that's
You would not gain its breath, basically,
okay.
but you have all the other stuff. Yeah, so it has energy property to do the breath attacks, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
That's really cool. What exactly did you learn about them?
Oh, they seem to have some sort of affinity for fire. It looks like probably breathe it as well.
See, you're right. I told you some things are unexpectedly, not really affected by fire.
Also, you might want to make sure that one of them doesn't bite you, Orion, because they seem to be. Her teeth seem to be quite sharp. No trouble going through your scales.
Noted. It was a goal of mine to begin with, and now it's whatever's above a goal, I guess.
In fact, I am pretty sure I can turn into one.
All right. Talia, she still likes you. I'm gonna leave. Are there any sand folk standing around the Camarillas? Any kind of like, I guess like sheep herder kind of Camarilla herder?
Well, definitely not that, but there are definitely some sand folk around. There might be one that's kind of moving around this. It seems like they kind of are letting them be on their own for the most part.
So they're not like in a pen or like
No.
tied to a stake or anything. They're just loose.
No, they're just loose. And for no particular reason, Orion, would you roll your presence for me as you are around these?
Yeah.
Oh no. Wait, question.
Yes.
Do I need to roll presence too?
I think
Because
you're okay.
frankly,
but
I'm only like 4 feet tall
it's true.
and a little twig.
You can roll your presence as well. I think
I'm
something.
actually probably smaller than Glomus.
Yeah, I think in total size you are.
Oh yeah, that's probably very true. Yeah, you can roll your presence too. Orion, you notice when there's like this actual like lizard that scurries across the ground. Suddenly, one of the Camarillas like grabs it in his teeth and there's some blood spray and stuff, and it turns its head and kind of starts to eye you a little bit as it's chewing on this lizard.
Good lizard. Yummy snack, yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh no.
Yeah, there's you maybe notice a
We sh-
few Camarillas are starting to like get a little bit closer to you guys.
They look a little hungry. We should probably go, Orion.
I think that's a good idea. I think Orion's going to at least pull out his shield and just kind of push Talia behind. Just start backing towards the river.
Luthka, can you tell them not to attack us, please? Or
Sure.
something? I don't know how that works.
I wouldn't be too worried about them, personally.
Yeah, they don't seem bothered at all by Luthka.
Yeah, you might not be bothered, but I don't want to be a snack.
I think they mostly eat stuff similarly reptilian, anyway.
I mean, once they start backing up, the Camarillas don't seem to continue to pursue. They let the two of them like back up into the water, kind of fade backwards.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back over to this side. Those things are scary, Orion.
Yeah, I think we should stick to riding horses. It's kind of a
I
bummer.
I wouldn't want a mount that would eat me.
The Baron shows up kind of next to you and mentions,
Like out of nowhere, just
yeah, just suddenly appears. No, he kind of walks up. You're so focused on the Camarillas that you maybe didn't notice that he was approaching you, and says, it might be a good idea to get some rest. We might be switching our day and night schedule. It's quite possible.
All right. Good point. And yeah, I think Orion's gonna head back to the tent.
So you have a few amenities in there, in that there's like there's some bladders with water and stuff. So the tent is all to yourselves. You have all your equipment. Nothing was kept from you. Your horses are, I guess they wouldn't be put with the Camarillas. Maybe, yeah, they might be domesticated enough that they could be okay. But I think yours are like maybe nearby. They're not directly at your tent, but maybe they're in a slightly different section, just in case a Camarilla gets really hungry for one of those tasty horses or the mule. But yeah, otherwise you have all your equipment and all your stuff, and you guys can rest. Are all of you going to want to go to sleep in the tent? What are your thoughts here?
I think
Can't decide if.
I think. Oh no, maybe she is still there.
No, go ahead.
Oh, there you are. You mentioned can't decide, and then you like faded out a little bit.
No, I stopped. I stopped so that Bilal could talk.
Okay.
I think that Luthka would definitely arrange for Galamas to be kept among the horses, because
Oh, okay.
there's still like some possibility that one of the Camarillas might get a bit hungry. But I think she herself isn't too bothered about being around them. So we'll probably just be somewhere around there looking at the sky at night.
Okay, so you want to be over there instead of nearby the tent where everybody else is?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, so this is where Glamis and the horses would be, roughly. Yeah, and so she Roach gets back and she kind of lets you guys know the rough layout. All right, so you're just gonna sleep over there with the Camarillas, Luthka?
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
just hanging around.
Sure. Yeah, you have a presence that doesn't seem to alarm them or concern them, so they are fine with your presence and don't seem to attempt to eat you or anything of that nature. So, yeah, you guys sleep. The Baron mentions we're under the protection of the elder of this camp. For one of the Sandfolk to even think about attacking us would be nearly impossible, given that...
You say nearly impossible, but it was also nearly impossible for us to actually be here at the moment. So I kind of think that maybe we should at least like have shifts.
Certainly, we can do that.
Yeah, we do tend to test the boundaries of near impossibilities, considering our run-ins with dragons, time travel, frog people.
You do seem to attract interesting things to happen. So
do.
yeah, what kind of watch order do you want to have? Luthka's not there, so I guess Luthka's sleeping on their own. So the Camarillas will watch.
I'll take first watch if anybody wants to. I've got some notes to take and some things to refine in one of my books.
I'm decently resilient. I'll take second watch then.
All right, so Talia, then Orion. Yeah, we'll just do Roach and Baron. Cool. Yeah, so go ahead and roll your perceptions. see.
Just the ones doing night watch, or
I guess you can roll for while you're awake, but I mean, if you think you're going to just sleep, I don't know that you need to roll perception. Well, I guess roll perception to see if something, because if you roll really high, even though you're sleeping, you might get woken up. I said what? The Baron? I think Brother Richard is going to nappy nap. All right, wow. These rolls. All right, so let's see. Who was the first roll? All right, so Talia, you got a 21 during your watch. Orion got a 14. Roach got a 10. The Baron got a 9. Wow. So Talia, you are super observant of your surroundings, for sure. You're aware of there seems to be maybe some sort of patrol that maybe every now and then walks through the tented area. But, it's kind of quiet and peaceful and stuff.
Good studying atmosphere. However, being in a new place, it makes me hyper aware, so I'm not focusing on my studies very much. Just all the sounds and smells and all the sights around me. It's very interesting.
And then you kind of go over and wake up Orion and start to shift to go to sleep yourself. And so Orion, you notice some sounds in the distance, and then some feet moving quickly on the sand, and the tent flap. Well, no, you hear some sounds in the distance. You don't hear the footprints in the sand. The footprint. You can hear footsteps. And so you don't hear that, but suddenly the tent flap opens and there's a sandfolk standing there, and he seems fairly calm, but he informs you there is some fighting going on. Please arouse yourselves and proceed to Denali's tent.
Yeah, Ryan's immediately standing at attention. He'll wake up the Baron, Brother Richard, gently nudge Talia, and
the sandfolk would, like, as soon as he relayed that message, he would walk back out and draw his weapon and start to move.
Okay.
Luthka, you are similarly woken up by a sandfolk and informed that there's fighting going on and that you're requested to go to Da-nel's tent. So Ryan, so everybody's woken up and start putting on your various equipment, and you can start to hear the sounds of battle. It's coming from it seems to be all coming from the northeast, over the ridge. So there seems to be some fire. Maybe you even recognize a few, maybe your hand trembles a little bit and goes to a certain weapon, Orion, as you hear some familiar blasts in the distance.
Is this like midnight to
Yes.
2 a.m.? It's still dark.
Mm-hmm. It is still dark.
Okay.
It's probably more like 2 to 4 a.m. maybe.
Okay.
And actually, we've been traveling during the night and sleeping during the day. So
that's why
we probably weren't sleeping very well to begin with, and this feels a little bit more natural at this point.
Right. So all that seems to be happening, and so you guys are requested, and you know that Denali's tent is just across the way, and he is out there. He has his weapon like in the sand, and he's just kind of standing there, looking at the distance as stuff's going on. So you guys are do all of you go to Da-nel?
Yeah, Ryan definitely does. Yeah.
yeah, let's couple check it out.
And so as your guest, you are requested to be there basically. Glamis would still be over by the horses, unless you went and got them first. But yeah, there seems to be some fighting, and with that, it's about break time. So we'll go ahead and do a quick little break here and come back and find out what is going on in Da-nel's camp right now. So for the viewers out there, be sure now is a great time to come and visit the Discord, and you can check out some discussions there. And we'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. So see you soon. And we are back. Will my rolls finally spell doom for the party or not? So ignore the stuff that's on the bottom left of the map. That's not of any importance and is not there for any reason at all. As I describe a few things for you. So you can see a lot of the fighting seems to be happening on the far northeast of the camp. There's kind of this is a little bit of a depression or what have you, and so up above there's stuff happening, and maybe some people watching might see Orion's hand trembling as he notices this larger blast of fire issuing out of maybe a staff. Maybe it's instead of a wand of sun flame, maybe this is a staff of sun flame that seems to explode even bigger than what the wand does. That some of the sand folk seem to have and are firing upon some enemies. You get maybe there was a sand folk that came up and talked to Da-nel briefly and then ran off. You get the impression this might be the froggies. They're doing that. So did you want to say anything to Da-nel as you guys all kind of arrive where he is?
I think Orion's just going to kind of almost come to attention in front of him and wait for him to kind of give some orders. This is his camp. It's his fight.
Yeah, he says, "It seems we are under attack by some froggies, but you are guests under my protection, so you should be perfectly safe here with me while our warriors sort this out and take care of it."
We're no friends of the frog. We're more than happy to stand by your warriors. In fact, I insist on it.
Even if it's just for the night, we're still a part of this camp too. We would like to help defend it.
I guess roll your persuasion.
Me or Talia?
I guess either one of you, and you can give advantage to the other.
Derek, are you feeling lucky today? Go ahead.
You know what? Probably not, but I will give it a shot. Let's see. Oh, why is my character sheet like that?
It doesn't
There.
like you.
Yeah, no, clearly. Advantage.
Wow.
With advantage.
A 3 and a
Do
4.
you want to use the legend point on that?
I'm like, please let us fight. Yeah, actually, I will use a legend point.
Okay, roll another. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I guess he considers this. He says it would be how would he word that? You have certainly presented yourselves as capable warriors. I do not have any doubt of that, but as guests, it would be, he wouldn't say uncouth. He definitely wouldn't say that. It would be less than ideal for you to have to do fighting for us.
Oh, well, we certainly wouldn't want to offend you, so we'll just stay here.
But if the warrior blood is burning in you, I would certainly not stop you.
don't think of it as fighting for you. We're fighting with you. You've given us food and shelter. Let us repay you in some small way.
So yeah, you basically get the impression that he won't stop you from going and participating, but that's up to you if you want to do that.
Talia, if you want to stay behind, I would almost encourage that.
Yeah.
But
Talia's gonna stay.
I am noticing that you're at 18 out of 20, Talia. I think you would be back up to full HP from whatever might have caused that. Unless you maybe adjusted your stat and increased your HP as a result.
Oh, that's what happened.
Okay. Yeah, so Orion, you're thinking about going and joining in the fighting?
yeah, I mean, he's at the very least going to go and just survey the battlefield. I mean, if he gets there and it's basically done anyway, he's not just, go in it for the glory, but...
All right, and you've got 30 feet of movement, right, normally?
Yes.
So you could move and then major action move, so you could do 60. Is that what you'd want to do as you start to move?
Yeah, how far is the... Sorry, where is the fight?
It's off the map.
Okay. Then, yeah, I mean, he's just going to take his movement until he gets there.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your perception. I've gone ahead and moved you. If you roll really well, you might notice something before then. And then everybody, just so that we have a good structure and order of things, go ahead and select your token and click to roll initiative. Man, some of my rolls aren't so good today. All right, do we got all the players? Let's see, Luthka, Roach, Orion, Talia. Cool. We got Baron and... Yep, all right, I think that's... everyone. I'm gonna put this guy. This guy is not really over here. I am just trying to make that work. All right. So you do your movement thing. That's all great and dandy. I think 18. Yeah. So you get to where you are, Ryan, and then you kind of hear something. Maybe you hear some of the party back behind you, and you kind of look, and you see these figures scurrying across the sand and coming right in front of Da-nel's tent, as some individuals with the massive distraction of battle on that side have seemed to slip from the backside of the camp, and two of them slip in right, even though there's others right around, they slip right between and seem to be going straight for Da-nel, but they can only get so much around them. Unfortunately, Talia has one. All right, so wow, I need to shorten their names so there's let's just not show their nameplate. All right, so what happens is there's going to be an attack against Talia. I'll do that first. So you turn and watch maybe, I don't know, what kind of facial expression do we see on Orion as he turns and sees some swords slashing right at Talia?
Yeah, when he sees those things moving, it's absolute horror because he knows they're headed for her. And yeah, he's basically going to nearly fall down as he tries to dig his foot in and try to push back towards the group that he just ran from.
Right. Absolutely. Just getting rid of all these nameplates so they are not So it's a little easier to see these tokens and what's going on. But yeah, for anybody that's even somewhat combat prepared, they definitely don't seem to care about anybody else, or even if it ends up hurting them, they seem to be going straight for Da-nel, these individuals. All right, so this first attack is against Talia. See how I'm rolling today. Oh
My gosh.
woo! Now you guys are surprised by this because you were not expecting it, so you can't actually do defend interrupts. So that is a 43 versus your guard of 30.
Which is a 13.
30. All right, so
And my max hit points is 20.
yeah. So Orion,
So,
well,
Is
Mark,
this something I can do a defend interrupt on?
no, because you were surprised. Well,
Okay.
so
I think you're not.
this is
in
what I
range.
imagine Orion sees as he turns around. He sees Talia turning to our host to, with her mouth open, ask a question, and she just gets completely cut down without even realizing there's somebody there.
Yeah, I don't think there's much you can do, unfortunately.
Yeah, no.
Because of
Yeah, I
the
figured the only
distance.
thing would be just if I saw the shadows moving, I would yell out towards her, and
Yeah.
maybe she'd notice right before it hit. But
Yeah. So you watch your guard, your charge. That's the word I was looking for. You watch your charge just look in surprise, and then these two swords just slash into her, and she just crumples to the ground. So do mark that you have three lethal damage from that. Technically you're poisoned, but you're unconscious, so it doesn't really matter in this case. All right, so that was against you. Roach is going to get 2 of these. Okay, 19's not terrible. All right, so 19 does hit, though, for minimum damage. So both of those hits, that's 6 lethal. Yikes. And 26, that's 9 damage. Ooh, Roach is not looking great. All right, and then, Da-nel. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Okay, so 2 of those don't hit. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Actually, let me double check his stats. So that all happens. They look... Oh, did I not start this? Or is it just not working? It's not working, is it? Cool. So you see these slashes. They kind of look surprised after 2 of them cut into that. So, yeah. The Baron, I mean, he sees Talia cut down. He's going to shift and immediately cut into that one. Wow. All right, so that's cool. So, math is hard. 13 damage. And then you see something he hasn't really done before. So there's 2 things you notice. One, he's got the sword. Normally he fights with his Peacemaker sword, rapier, and a small buckler for defending and deflecting. Currently, he has a lightsaber and his Peacemaker. And so with the lightsaber, he's doing a different stance too. He swipes around with the Peacemaker, and then not lightsaber. It's not a lightsaber. It's a light
lightsaber
sword.
trademarked by Disney and Lucasfilms.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Please don't sue us.
Not as good with that one, but that still hits, but does not disarm. All right, so minimum damage. So he is he cuts into the one that hit Talia. So you notice that. And then, well, it's Talia's turn, but it's also Orion's turn. So you can run back. Now you can do the charge action, and so you'd have disadvantage 1, but you can move twice your speed and get a melee attack off.
Okay, only a melee attack?
Typically, yes.
Okay.
What were you wanting to try and do?
I was going to try to do an aura.
Oh, well, yeah, if you want to do a boon, then... but you can move 30 feet and you'll be in range for a boon.
Okay. Yeah, I think... I'm kind of torn here. Yeah, I think I'll move the... I'll do a charge action then. I'll at least try to hit at one of them and get into the fray before I do anything else.
Okay.
So just... I'll do one of the light blade attacks with disadvantage 1, you said?
Yeah, where are you moving to?
Let's see, so what is... here?
So I think you've got a max of 60 feet.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go for the one probably closest to Talia here. I think the one that's just to the north of her.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily get, I think, in any of these spots. So.
Let's wait for let's see. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go right there if that's
Okay.
doable.
Yeah.
Cool. And where is my attack? There it is. All right, so I have advantage on it anyway, so it'll just be
Cancel each other out, yeah.
nullified.
So you do recognize the armor they're wearing. It's the same as yours. And 21 is just shy, unless maybe somebody spent a legend point.
Legend points. Yeah, I'll
'Cause
spend a legend point.
You got a 1 on that D6, so you can re-roll the D6 and basically roll a D6, and whatever you roll gets added to the 21 in this case.
Exploding D6?
Mm-hmm, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just rolling that attribute dice again, basically, with advantage. So it for sure hits, but it's still going to be minimum damage.
Okay, yeah, it's just 2.
Yeah. So not quite enough to disarm him.
Okay.
All right. Talia, you are fitfully dreaming, I think.
Oh boy.
Talia does have that medical pack thing, the Red Cross pack. Does that do anything passively?
No. You have to
Yeah, you gotta actually use it.
use it. However, Brother Richard quickly turns. He pulls out his mace, and then he holds a hand out towards Talia. I did not set that up apparently for token action, so I did recently fill him out a little bit more. All right, so this auto succeeds. Wow, he rolled high. So Talia, you feel healing energies flow through you, and you wake up. Since he exploded so well with the 32, it even kind of raises you up to your feet, and so you're back at 10 HP. So he's going to do that, and he's going to run over here to... Oh, he should have targeted both you and Roach. Oh, well. Yeah, and then he goes over here next to Roach so he can potentially help. I think that's all he can do on his turn. Oh, he's got that as a minor action, so he's still got a major action. So he'll also
Wait,
heal Roach for 12. Wow, so Roach is back up to max. Cool. Now it is Roach's turn, so unfortunately Roach is going to take persistent damage. It's a good thing she got healed up. All right, -6. Roach is going to attempt to not be persistent damaged and does not succeed. Can they heal themselves? Alteration entropy. She goes invisible. Or she'll attempt to go invisible. And she does. So she blips. She's got evasive footwork anyways. So she definitely moves. So they aren't aware of where she is. I think she'd probably actually move farther away. So yeah, that's what Roach is going to do. So Luthka, what would you like to do?
Like, I would just kind of lunge at whoever I can reach.
Yeah, you can reach several of them. The closest would be these two in that corner. So directly to your west.
Yeah. Let's go with this one.
Okay.
Just kind of. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Something weird here. There we go.
So 13 does not hit. Is there anything else that you can do?
I can turn into a beast form now as a minor action.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'll turn into a polar bear.
All right. Bear form. I'm just going to move your token over there since it's keeping your turn order.
Right.
And all right, so yeah, you transform into the bear. You've already done your major action, so that's all you can do with that guy. Oh yeah, I need to calculate how much damage he took. Oops. Let me get that real quick. All right, so minimum damage and 37 is a little bit heftier of a hit. 15. It looks like, well, I don't know how much attention people would have paid to that, but it doesn't look like he got poisoned by the blades like Roach did. Okay, there we go, and it is his turn. Yeah, he pulls out his weapons, and he is definitely going to attack. He's actually his ceremonial glaive is in the sand, and as he attacks, his four fists clench and he strikes out at two of these individuals. All right. Oh, I'm scrolled up. I was like, I'm not seeing any results. 32 strikes. So the one to the west is going to take 10 damage and is going to be stunned. Cool. All right. It's their turn. They're going to... They just move into the area to attack more on Da-nel. So this one is going to attack Brother Richard. He's not currently poisoned. Or, yeah, 18 does not hit. Brother Richard's armor is good. Talia is in the way of this guy being able to attack. So he's going to attack Talia again.
Seems legit.
Oh, does that hit? Oh, it still does hit you. So
It doesn't knock me out though, and
It's
that
true.
is
now,
that is what's
does
important.
Orion want to do anything for this attack that happens?
I do. I do want to do a defend interrupt because I do also have, what is it? I think it's Battlefield Retribution.
Mm-hmm. So as a result, you can move 15 feet, but you can also move Talia 15 feet, and it does not provoke attacks of opportunity since you're doing a defend. So do you want to rip Talia out of there?
Yeah, I think, kind of grab her by the back of the collar and lift her over and over the shoulder.
Essentially throws her like ragdoll. It's cool. She's probably used to it by now.
All right, so let's see if you still take the damage or not. So go ahead and roll that defend.
Sorry, it's been a hot minute since I've done a defend interrupt. What do I roll again?
Appropriate attribute. So you're probably using your shield, so probably might or possibly agility, but usually might for shield. All right, so the original attack was 15, so that means you deal 34 back to this guy. He only how do you stop the attack and demolish this guy in the process?
Part of me wants to say that he uses Talia as a weapon, but I don't think that's perfect. Uses her boots on the way up, but no, I think that he's pretty deft at this point. Talia's small enough that he's able to throw her kind of over his shoulder, expecting her to land on her feet, and then he, with the other arm, knocks the shield with the weapon away, and then goes right up to this guy and kind of presses the plasma blade up to him, and then just clicks it on.
Okay. So yeah, you angered that this is the same guy that dropped her earlier, right? And seeing him try to attack her again, we just see Orion charge forward, grab Talia by the collar, and heave her back, and then this guy just crumples to the ground. So Talia, your bodyguard has protected you once more.
He has guarded my body. Perfect.
All right, so this guy is stunned. He doesn't care. He's going to attack anyways because he can. So there's going to be 5 attacks against Da-nel. Now you don't have Sentinel, or do you, Orion?
I don't have Sentinel, but I was going to ask. I have combat momentum, so does that count?
Yes. So you could move up to your speed.
Okay.
Wherever you can get to.
Take a look at the map here.
And I'll go ahead and roll these.
No, because I've still got 2 guys right next to me. I think I'm going to stay where I am.
5. Okay, yeah, and that makes sense. All right, 5 attacks. 17 doesn't hit. He's 22. Okay, so 3 of them do hit though. 8. That's 16, and 7 is 23 damage. That's 3 hits, so 3 lethal is done. So that's plus 9. Good. Okay. He's looking a little rough after these 5 hits against him. The Baron kind of gives you a nod of your excellent performance, Orion, and he shifts here. Actually, no, he'll go ahead and shift there. He's going to, in his new stance, he is going to do some slashy slash. So there are some limbs that are going to get severed here. With that 42, that's 20. So you kind of turn your head as you cause this guy to drop by like making the plasma sword go through his heart or whatever. And you watch as he feints a little bit with the peacemaker and gets the guy to like kind of shift a little bit, and then just takes the plasma blade, swipes up and then swipes down and cuts off both the guy's arm. He literally disarms this guy with his attack. So he is currently without arms, and he just kind of
Full Black Knight him.
yeah. So he cries out in anguish and pain and kind of drops to his knees, effectively pretty useless at this point in time. I guess that's all he can do. So Orion, it's your turn. Talia, you're on deck.
Let's see. Do I get, since I did the defend interrupt, do I get a major action?
Yeah, so that's why the flag's on there. So you don't have a major action, but you've got your
Okay.
minor action and your movement.
Okay. I don't think I have really anything that I could do for a minor action, because I'm guessing.
I mean, you could do a perception to try and notice something about these guys and maybe get an advantage next time, or a logic or something like that.
Let's see. I guess he will do a perception. He's just going to see if there's anyone else coming, or if this is kind of,
Sure.
kind of check over his shoulder. So.
So you notice that their blades seem to be coated in something. Some sort of liquid. It does not seem to be affecting Da-nel, though. However, the sharpness of the blades do seem to be affecting him in that regard. There doesn't seem to be anybody else. They seem singularly focused on Da-nel as well. Almost like even though that guy got his arms cut off, he seemed a little less concerned that he was being attacked by the Baron and more focused on Da-nel. So you get a sense it's definitely singularly focused on one task, these individuals.
Okay.
All right. Talia, what would you like to do as you've just been like thrown backwards, skidding in the sand a little bit?
Okay.
I think
No.
that like as that happens and you look up from being skidded back, you see the arms suddenly fall off, and Brother Rich says, "Ha! That was excellent disarmament move."
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I? So I'd like to try to blind as many of them as possible.
Sure. Yeah.
How many can I attempt at once?
Up to 5 if you're
Up to
if you're
5.
doing it ranged, and you would have 5 disadvantage. Now you could do a cube, but I don't know that. You could do some line attacks.
If I moved over here, could I do like just a line of?
You wouldn't have to move. You can, unless that's how Talia's ribbons work. Because some people, they flavor it as it goes. So line isn't that it goes a line from you. It's you choose how many line segments. Each line segment covers two squares forward and 2 squares up, basically. So
Gotcha.
Could she do like an aura targeted on?
Well, I was thinking about an aura, but the problem is that it will be a like I can do an aura on Da-nel, but it would affect you, Orion, because you're right next to them.
You can connect as long as the line segments connect. The way that area targeting for line segments, as long as they connect, you can make as many. So, for example, if you did what I just did with those whatever color I picked, you could hit, that would just be disadvantage 2, because you get disadvantage equal to the number of line segments. So you could, in theory, you could probably actually hit all of them, and it would be disadvantage 3.
Okay.
Because
Now I do have superior concentration. Would that
helps
go-
with boons.
Okay.
That lets you have more than one boon up at a time.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I got. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just one line segment, see how it works.
Okay.
And I'm
Which-
going to do the I guess the people closest to Da-nel, I guess on his left side, east of on the screen. Yeah,
So those
that
two?
guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is this probably? Well, I guess it's guard because you're aiming for their eyes specifically. Okay.
Yeah, and it's energy. Oh no!
Whoa!
All right,
Roll the
it does
1 on
not-
that d20.
Does not do anything. The shock from the shock from not only getting knocked out in complete surprise, but then thrown out of healed and then thrown out of the fray has
Right.
it's kind of rattled Talia. Her hands kind of shake as she's trying to conjure these ribbons of lights, and it just gets a little bit past her fingers and fizzes out.
Yeah, I think we see. Okay, yeah. So it just kind of fizzes out. Brother Richard is going to let's see who is. I guess you're a little bit hurt, so he's going to minor action heal. In this case, he will have advantage 3 to the roll. So Talia, you recover 9,
Hey, I'm at max.
and
She's still
Roach
poisoned,
recovers.
or did that not affect her because she was unconscious?
Roach. Oh, I guess technically she would be poisoned still, because. But so
Trying to get rid of it.
if
since I didn't do
if you want to
anything.
use your move action to resist it, you can do that now. But
Okay.
yeah, I didn't put the thing on you, so technically you took 3 damage. But I think with what he healed you, that's still
Yeah, it still would have put me up over.
okay.
No.
So it's right under your HP is the resist stuff on your character sheet.
I see.
And yeah,
Never used
you're able to, you kind of focus and are able to push the poison out of your system. Your body is hardy. So he minor action heals the 2 of you. Okay. This is what he's going to do. Brother Richard. He can do up to... Oh gosh, he's multi-target boon specialist 5. So he can target 5 people. Let's see. Bear, Orion, Baron for sure. I guess himself and Talia. So everybody but Roach. Let's see if he can make it happen. Nope. Apparently not. Unless somebody wants to spend... he was attempting to throw haste up on everybody.
Oh, I have a legend point. I'll spend a legend point.
I don't know that 1 legend point's going to tip the scales. I probably wouldn't recommend. Because he only got a 2 on the D20. So he'd need 2 legend points to reroll that D20, basically. And yeah, I guess that's all he can do. Because he minor action. Yeah, okay. All right. Roach is going to take some poison damage. Not much, though. And then try and resist. And is successful at resisting. All right. So she resists that. But she does take the 2 poison damage. Okay. Now she can invisible throw some daggers. Whoops. Oh, wow. Nice. So she's throwing at those 2. Their guard is reduced by 3, so 19. Cool. 5 damage. And 7 damage. All right. So that's what she's going to do. Luthka, what would you like to do in your bear form?
You said that there was one of them that's no longer has arms.
Just to the south of you.
Yeah, I'm guessing that you mean like armaments.
No, literally his arms were cut off.
Yeah, see, I was going to take off the actual arms as a joke, but I guess nah.
I mean, they're on the ground. You could eat them.
Use them as weapons.
So, just so that you're aware of how the bear works, you can do both the bite and the claw in a round.
Okay.
Because it can multi-attack.
So the one that hasn't lost its arms, then I'll just see if I can take that one's arms off.
All right.
Well, first with the claws, then.
All right.
Because, you know.
Sounds good to me. And whatever default advantage pops up when you click on it is...
Oh, you're right.
Not quite enough to sink in.
And then just if that doesn't work, then I'll just give him a bite to the noggin.
Right. Yeah, not quite enough. His armor kind of flares up, and he's able to fend off. You don't quite sink past it. This strange armor is kind of messing you up a little bit. So unfortunately, not quite enough. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Because that was your major. You still got your minor action and your move potentially.
I mean, not much I can do with that in this situation.
Right. Unless you wanted to shapeshift into something different, but I don't think you'd want to do that.
Yeah, no.
All right. He is going to attack. He's going to pick up his glaive this time and swing it around. Ooh, that did better. All right, so he swings around twice. Wow, that does 12 damage and then 6 damage. So one of them looks like they're getting ready to drop, but they're still up. All right, so it's their turn again. Cool. Those are all up. All right, Brother Richard is going to get an attack, I guess. Actually, yeah. So, Brother Richard gets an attack, and then everybody else is attacking Da-nel. Does that actually hit Brother Richard? Hey, it does minimum damage. All right, so 5 attacks against Da-nel in their singular focus. Let's see, is that... Whoops. 23 was him, so 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Ooh, wow, these rolls are a little bit higher. So, did you want to do anything against one of these attacks? The 39, the 36, and the 30 would all hit.
Can I defend interrupt from a distance?
He would have healed Da-nel too, because he could target that many people. How much did he heal you for last time, Talia? It was 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have definitely healed Da-nel as well. Yeah, anybody can defend interrupt. You just got to be able to describe how you're going to do it.
Talia sees the next round of blades coming, and she just sends out essentially a ribbon of energy to just try to block at least one of those blades. Just essentially just flies out of her arms and whips around him before it disperses.
All right, so yeah, just roll your straight energy and see if you can get high enough. And so that will take away your major action next turn.
That's fine.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of throw that out.
I think the point here is to keep him alive.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to do anything, Orion?
No, I'm holding on to my major action.
Okay. All right. So that could be interesting. All right. see, he's got 22. Ooh. All right, so 39 is 17 damage. 36 is... Yeah, I think... I think Baron might attempt to do... I don't know, those are pretty high. So 36 would be 14 damage, so he dropped to 0.
Is he going to drop to 0?
Yeah, he drops to 0 with, and there's another hit that's about to come on him, which would be a finishing blow to kill him.
All right, yeah, I'll do a defended interrupt then.
And that's 3, so plus 6 for sure. All right, so that's enough to stop the last attack, which would have been a finishing blow. So as the swords are coming down to cleave his head off, you're able to like insert your shield in the way and block the attack that would end his life potentially. So I'll put a flag on you two as you defended. All right, so Baron is going to do what he does. One of those attacks wouldn't have happened because
He didn't have any arms, unless he's kicking him.
Yeah, I mean, literally that's what he would probably do, or he tried to do something here. All right, so we got to determine which one of those 5 is him. Who wants to roll a d5 to see which of the attacks was the armless guy? All right, Eris. The 5th one. So it was a 17, so it didn't hit anyways. But yeah,
Right.
the guy without arms attempts to like maybe trip him, but is unsuccessful. So Baron is going to attempt to finish that guy off since he's disarmed. He doesn't have much ability to defend himself, but he'd have to get higher than that to finish him off. So unfortunately. All right, so we'll say his guard now is only 18, so that's minus 3. The 27 is 9. Gosh dang, this guy's still alive. Oh, wait, but does that do with the lightsaber? No, it only did 9, not 10. I mean, he's bleeding out. He's lost his arms or something. We'll say he's dead.
Didn't he already got the severed limbs and all the damage is lethal damage, so wouldn't that put it all?
Well, lethal damage doesn't add additional damage on top.
Oh,
It just
okay.
means you can't recover that HP.
Right.
All right, so yeah, that's Baron. So Orion, you don't have your major action, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, I'm guess I'll just do another perception and just try to gauge how decent Da-nel is holding on and see if there's maybe any advantages to these guys.
Okay. And you're in the same situation, Talia. You could do a minor to observe something. Otherwise, you don't have a major action this turn.
Yeah, that's lower than last time. I don't think I see anything new.
I have a question. Would pulling out that med kit and throwing it to somebody, would that be considered a minor action?
Yeah, you could do that as a minor action. Yeah, that could be
Okay,
your
then,
minor action to pull it out and your move action to kind of toss it to somebody.
Okay. And was Brother Richard the other person that did the defend interrupt?
No, it was just you and just Orion.
Okay. So Talia is going to pull that the little emergency med kit out of her bag and say, "Brother Richard, get this!" And she tosses it to him so that he can hopefully give it to Da-nel. Or
All right.
administer it to Da-nel.
Yeah, so you definitely do that. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, because you're not fully aware of what it does yet, so All right, so you toss it to Richard. Yeah, he'll be able to get that. However, you were wanting to know how Da-nel was doing. He looks fairly damaged because like some of these cuts are deep, but he can probably recover if he gets back up. So Brother Richard takes it, but he's pretty confident. Well, he can minor action. He's going to go ahead and minor action heal him, since he can just do that. So, wow, 25. The roll doesn't matter because he's got boon focus. So I was just rolling that. So 25. Yeah, he'd be able to recover 25. So he kind of wakes up. He's going to attempt to haste you guys again, and can he can't move to get in closer, unfortunately. All right. Let's see if he can. He should have bolstered. Oh well. Is it rolling? Ah, there we go. Hey, 25. I think that does power level 8, so 7, so his higher one. All right, so you guys, so this is everybody but Roach. You guys feel a surge of energy, and the world around you kind of slows down a little bit as you gain the following benefits. Power level 6 haste. So you have 20 feet of additional speed. You get +2 to your guard, and you have 1 extra major action on each of your turns. It is at disadvantage 3, though. So, and that means that Orion, if you defend interrupted, you still have that hasted major action you take at disadvantage 3. And if you have boon focus in anything, the disadvantage doesn't matter. So, yeah, all of you got that now. So he successfully gets that off. He nods to you holding the box. He says, I think these were more important to get done, but I'll use this in a moment. And then it's Roach's turn. Roach will continue from invisible attacking. Ooh, nice. 31. It's only got 19. I don't want to do math. 12 damage. So persistent damage that. And 16 misses. All right, Luthka, you're up. So you've got an additional major action. So you could attack up to 4 times. You can do any combination of those with multi-attack, by the way. So you could do 2 claws if you wanted. You don't have to do a claw and a bite.
All right. So the guy that I'm adjacent to right now, is that the one that's been disarmed, or is that...
No, the Baron finished cutting him through. I threw him off to the side, but Baron's currently standing over his body.
And I will try to rip this one's guts out.
All right. So two attacks is your major action.
Yes.
And 23 definitely hits. It's only minimum damage, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But you can do another one.
All right.
Same thing, that 22 is the guard, so that's minimum damage. And now if you want to do for your haste action, if you want to attack, you can, but your attacks will be at disadvantage 3. So that means with what you have, it would be disadvantage 1 altogether.
Okay. And is that still 2 attacks as well, or is that...
Yeah, you can choose to not do the 2 attacks. You could just do a single attack instead. In which case you'd be at the two additional attribute dice.
So I would just be at 2 advantage.
Right.
Okay.
So 25. That does a little bit more. All right. So he's you're steadily dealing damage to that guy. All right. Da-nel huffs and stands up, and then proceeds to keep going because he is a warrior and he will do that. Glaive and glaive. All right, 32. Oh man, this guy's still alive. Barely. Persistent damage on this fool. Cool. Okay. One of them yells out to focus on the other of you because you're thinning them out too fast. So we've got D10 for the one. He falls as he utters those words. And 3 for that one. Cool. So that one is dead. Okay. So they are going. So this one's going to target you, Orion, since you're right next to him. There we go. 25. If it wasn't for haste, that would hit you. So you're able to move a little bit faster and just dodge out of the way from this dripping blade striking you. This guy's going to attack Brother Richard again. Oh, he actually hits Brother Richard this time. For 19. And that means Brother Richard is poisoned. Actually, I think he was poisoned last time, but I missed it. All right, so he is struck. Cool. And then this one is going to attack the Baron. And this one is going to attack Da-nel. 20 does not hit the Baron. Ooh. 19 does not hit. All right. Well, they didn't do as well that time. He's going to try and throw off the poison, though. Which he does. Cool. Or not poison, the bleeding. All right. It's all of your guys' turn. So Ryan, Talia, you're on deck as the Baron is going to do what the Baron does. Yeah, he'll just attack. He's attacking the guy up. Whoa. I think we got some more. Yeah, that's 10 damage. And yeah, he's dead. Instead of he disarms in the sense that he severs the head. All right, Orion, it's your turn, and Talia, it's your turn.
Okay. The one that's right next to me for my primary major action. I want to kind of, I guess, use the scar to hand and just kind of grab the side of his face and invoke fear. So I kind of want to get like right in his face, use kind of the creation energy, and just, kind of flames coming out of the side of my mouth, just go flee as I try to scare him off.
Yeah, let's see that. See how well you execute that. Uh, 19. This will be against resolve. I'd say that's because their resolve is 15. So yeah, you are successful. You see his eyes widen and he kind of shakes a little bit. So that was your regular major action. What about your hasted major action? What would you like to do?
I'm going to go ahead and, I guess it's because I have extra movement. I'm going to come right up here behind this guy and, or right, it's Brother Richard, this guy, and try to attack with my plasma sword.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be a disadvantage 3. So that'd be counteracted by any of your skills. It's similar because you use a longsword, right?
Typically, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you have anything from that. It is deadly, so you would just have, I think, disadvantage 2. And then if you have any other skills, that would affect that.
Right, yeah, I normally have advantage 1, so it'll be disadvantage 2.
Okay. Wow, yeah, 24 hits. It does minimum damage, but it does hit. Not enough to disarm,
Okay.
unfortunately. Literally, or just the other. So that's all your stuff. Talia, what would you like to do with your regular major action?
With my regular major action, I'm going to actually Talia's hands fly out again, and actually 2 ribbons come out. One from each hand. One goes straight to Da-nel,
Okay.
and one goes to Orion, and I'm casting resistance on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're multi-targeting 2?
Yes.
So that'd be disadvantage 2 for the multi-target.
Now with that, oh, that's sustaining. Never mind.
Yeah, so it'll just be the disadvantage 2. Now, well, it'd be disadvantage 3 if you did 1 for each. So, I mean, you could focus action, so it'd just be disadvantage 1.
No, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna just do it for Da-nel.
Okay.
Because they seem to be laser focused on him, and
By the way, Orion has a guard of 27 right now.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm good.
fine. So I'm just gonna target Da-nel.
Okay.
11.
Aw.
Oh,
Aw. That's sad.
all right. And my triple disadvantage action, I'm gonna try to just hit the one right next to him with some energy, because why the heck not?
Okay. The one to his south or the one to his north?
The one to the south.
Okay.
Wait, no, the one to the north, because it looks like he's on his last leg between him and the Baron, yeah.
Oh, well, this one is dead. It's got an X.
No, I was talking about that guy.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, 24.
So you're aiming at the guy that's the bar's hurt?
This one.
Oh, this one. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep. I mean, you do minimum damage, so you do successfully hit.
Oh, I thought the bar below him was that guy. Oops.
Okay, so there's this guy that I just moved who's partially hurt. The guy below is dead. I'll move the dead bodies out.
Oh, it was his bar that I was seeing. Okay. Then yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Brother Richard. Let's see. Well, people aren't too badly hurt. Well, he is. Oh, yeah, he's going to take some damage, too. I guess he might choose to heal himself a little bit here. I guess he could go ahead and... Yeah, he's the most hurt, so he'll heal himself. He has Boon Focus Restoration, so he'll do that as his haste action and remove the thing, and then he'll bolster Orion, or attempt to. Power level 3, so you get advantage 1 to attribute of your choice.
Cool.
Orion. Okay, and he recovers 17. Cool. That definitely helps. And Roach is going to do what Roach does. Attack, attack. Keeping it simple since she's not here. Hey, look at that. All right, so I think... Oh, it might still be alive. Oh, no, because it's only 19 guard. So that's -8. Yep. So the guy drops at your feet, Orion. I'll just move them out of the way. Luthka, what would you like to do? There's just
Guess
2 enemies present still.
I'll go for the south one.
Okay.
Still under the effects of haste, or is that?
You
passed?
are, yeah. That's still in effect. Oh wow! All right. Oh wow! You are tearing it up. All right. So you can inflict technically 2 banes. -10 and
He's already scared.
-14. So you could do like persistent damage and I don't know, stun.
Make them blinded.
Yeah, you could blind them too.
Yeah, that would be nice. Just kind of like a very accurate swipe across the face.
Yeah, blood dripping into the eyes. So blinded. Did you want to do persistent damage as well, or something else?
Yes. Blinded and persistent damage.
Excellent. He is all sorts of not good. All right, Da-nel is going to glaive. Okay, that hits. 29, 7 damage. Cool. All right. It is their turn. All right, so roll for me an exploding D8. Luthka.
They had to step out for a sec.
Oh.
Oh, I'll do it.
Okay.
Exploding.
And then he's going to get an attack
5.
opportunity. Even though he gets blinded, I think he would know to run generally this way. But he is blinded, so he's probably not moving quite as fast. Okay, so 5 damage. He's got to run away, but we'll see if he gets no longer feared. No, he is still feared, so he is not in good shape. He can't do anything else as he runs 80 feet away. Luthka will get... I guess I can just roll for Luthka on that. Attack of opportunity. Okay. Sadness. Poor rolls. All right, the other one... Oh, gosh. I mean, he's going to attack Denali. He's the only one left. He's got to take him out. $30. Did you want to do anything about that, Orion?
Yeah, I'll step in. I'll do another.
Remember, you've got advantage from bolster now.
Right. So I think that's advantage 3 in total. So I have defensive mastery 2.
Are you sure? I think you have like 6 right now. All right, you've got 2 from the shield. You've got 3 from mastery. The shield bumps up to 3 basically.
Okay.
And then you've got defensive reflexes 2, which makes it 5. And then you're bolstered, so that's advantage 6. So your default is 5 advantage for your defend interrupts, right?
Okay. I need to mark that down.
Yeah.
Still got an 18.
Wow. Look at all those low rolls. Oh,
All the
man.
little 2s.
1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2.
They're so cute.
Yeah, so 18 doesn't do anything, unfortunately.
Okay.
-8. He takes some more lethal damage. That's adding up. Cool. Baron. Oh gosh, this guy is probably not going to last, but we'll see. Lightsaber does minimum damage. I mean, light sword, lightsaber
Lightsaber trademarked by Lucasfilms. Disney, please don't sue us.
His Peacemaker, though, he expertly, with his rapier, for 12. So he is going to bleed. Orion, what would you like to do? You don't have your major action, but you've got your disadvantage 3 action.
Right. I'm just gonna try to light sword attack this guy. So the disadvantage
2?
3. Yeah, it'll be disadvantage 2 in total.
Okay. 22 is your target number. And Talia, what would you like to do? You've got your regular major and your hasted major. 21's not enough.
Okay. I'm just going to use my energy to lash out at that last guy. She really wants to try to hold him completely immobile, like essentially tie him up with her energy so he can't lash out and attack.
Okay. So you're going for basically incapacitated, but you're flavoring it as he just can't physically move.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I do a precise attack, that removes my minor action or my next major action?
Oh, if you do a focus action, it takes away your move and your minor in order to make your major be a focus and get advantage 1.
Okay, I want to do that.
And I don't think you're sustaining any boons right now anyways, so.
Well, I did have the one that I attempted to put on.
Yeah, but it wasn't successful.
But it wasn't successful.
So yeah, you wouldn't lose anything by doing that. So you'd have an additional advantage 1 to the action.
29?
Oh yeah, that's definitely successful. So yeah, we see these ribbons just kind of like wrap up. Like, do the ribbons like make a little bow?
No, they essentially just like encircle him, but they keep moving. It's
nice.
like this spiraling light that's just all around him, just essentially binding him up.
Yeah, so you see him. Yeah, so you see him like his arms, and he can't move at all. He's probably going to be a little bit easier to hit as a result. Brother Richard. I guess there's that guy that's fleeing. He's an additional 40. So it's only 50. So he's got to get closer. Brother Richard is going to run by and wait. Can he even do a ranged attack? What is?
I actually can I say I completely forgot about the guy that was going away. Can I say that I attacked him rather?
You still have your extra major action too, by the way. I almost forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
So you could, but he's an extra 40 feet from where you see. So you would have to, if you move 30 feet closer. So if you move down here, you've got extra movement speed because of haste. So you can move here, and then you'd be able to reach him and do that.
Okay, I will do that then.
All right, so that guy is.
I was there.
Yeah, that guy is bound up then instead.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I guess my extra major action, I'll just shoot another light beam at the one in the middle.
So I will say, and you can still absolutely do that, but what incapacitated does is essentially they only have their armor for guard. So his armor, I mean, he does have good armor. So he's only got a 14 guard right now. And it counts as a finishing blow, which means it can just, end him outright.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Talia doesn't want to kill people. If she can help it. He's down.
Unlike
he's not going anywhere,
somebody.
At least for now. What?
I was saying, unlike somebody else, Orion.
Well, I mean, that's what he's there for. Why would Talia want? She's a very peaceful person. She's an archaeologist. She's a scholar. She's not. Not her business.
Right.
So she's got that guy. He's down. She's just gonna shoot another energy bolt at the guy who's still up and fighting in the middle of it, and that's at a advantage. 22.
22 is enough for what you want to
yeah.
do. Wow, you incapacitate both of these guys.
What?
So yeah, they are both held in place. Prime for the picking. Man, that one guy has so many banes against him right now. Roach. Yeah, Roach is just going to attack the guy. But Roach is probably going to do a straight attack instead of a multi-attack because they get more damage. Ooh. Yeah. We'll do... Wait, what? Shouldn't she have... advantage to that attack? Lethal strike, yeah, advantage 1. It's not a... I feel like there should be more there. From what I remember. But, we'll see. Oh, wow. Okay, so... you... Oh, gosh. I didn't give them a fortitude score because they're NPCs, but we'll say it's a 4. That's 13 damage. All right, so Orion, you watch as these light ribbons hold the person. He's still aware. He's staring you. I guess his back's to you because he's looking at Denali. You see him, wanting to struggle, and then this dagger sinks right into the base of his spine. And he just ceases moving. He's still held there by the ribbon of light, but his life force has definitely ceased operation.
Okay, turn to Talia. To be fair, that was not me. I wasn't going to kill him. Self-defense.
There's still another one. Oh, I could drop that.
Yeah, and Luthka, it's your turn. Again, he's another 40 feet away. You are hasted. So you can reach him with a charge action. So you'd have just disadvantage 1 to the attack. If you wanted to run and attack him.
So charge at and you said just advantage 1 then?
Yeah, if you just do a singular attack, then it would just be just advantage 1 total.
All right.
Bear form.
Oops.
I need to make that more clear in the bear form. Oh, yeah, because it's dual wielding. Yes. 15 is enough to hit it because right now he's just got 14 guard because of his armor. And he's got to make a... Of course, that means 11, but... Oh, just enough. He is not quite dead. But you deal minimum damage to him. Oh, actually, no, that'd be minimum damage, so that'd be 13. So, no, he does die. So, yeah. I mean, if I guess I can allow you to just drop him to 0 if you wanted him to still be alive.
I think that's slightly difficult to do while in bear.
Yeah, I'd imagine. And just so you guys know, like, for most NPCs, when you drop them to 0, they're dead. But if you want it to be where they're not, you can just say, I'm just knocking them out at 0 instead. But yeah, the situation has maybe resolved. You also notice that the fighting in the distance seems to have stopped. As you're starting to... As the adrenaline's pumping, you hear your heartbeat in your ears, and you're starting to look around. You notice that it looks like some of the sandfolk are coming back into the camp from far away. They're still a distance away, right? But it looks like they're starting to come back.
Excuse me, Mr. Da-nel. I hate to tell you, but it looks like this was an assassination plot.
He chuckles at that. He says, "Yes, it seems that way indeed."
I'm glad that we decided to stay with you, though. That could have been really bad for you.
He nods, and we're about at ending time too. So that's kind of like this scene of the bodies. A couple of them literally disarmed. A bear chomping and tearing into this one. Is kind of what we see. So let's talk about legend points. Did anybody use any of their flaws during the session?
I think I kind of used brash when I poorly abandoned everyone else and Da-nel.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't defend interrupt for Talia.
Yeah.
And because of your high perception, you might have been able to otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, mark a legend point for that. Make sure, Leica, that you mark down that you still have that reroll, because it doesn't go away at the end of the session. So that divine favor you got, just a mental note that you still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other flaws for anybody?
Don't know what Bilal's flaws are for Luthka. I didn't use any though.
Okay. Did anybody role play to any of their goals or their beliefs during the session?
I personally think it's absolutely fantastic that Luthka not only hung out with the quite frightening beasts, but also decided that, she's just going to sleep there for the night. That's her place. I think that was really in character, especially with how she's shown that she's much more comfortable with animals than with people.
Yes, I concur. So you can mark down a legend point for that.
Also, with Orion sticking to his proverbial guns to go help the fighting where he thought the fighting was most important. Once again, just showing that while he wants to do what's right, he also feels like he should help protect things.
Yeah, leave Talia out of the fight. She'll be safer there.
She'll be safe here. And she gets cut down.
That was like first thing to happen.
Genuine fear pumping through me. Yeah.
I'm wondering if that'll affect Orion any. So yeah, does anybody want to recommend anybody for a particular moment during play today for a legend point for something they did that they haven't already gotten a legend point for?
I want to recommend definitely Eris, Talia. The non-lethality at the end, even though she'd been struck down, even though we'd been through this horrible fight, she still stuck to her proverbial guns, and chose to take a non-lethal route, even though it didn't pan out in the end. Everybody else ended up killing him. But still,
Right.
Talia didn't do it, and that's the point.
Yes.
That's the important part.
Yeah. I didn't see any way that Roach would not take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, mark down Eris. Mark down another legend point for that. For you guys navigating well through the session and the interactions with the Sand Folk, I think everybody can mark down a legend point for that.
That was another moment when Orion very politely turned down the sand person's obvious try to get a fight going.
Yeah, he was. That's why I asked if you had hot tempered or not. Cause
I knew it was leading to something. And actually, Eris, again, the recap. Different than any of us have done it before in diary style, in character. That was awesome. You did an amazing recap that had all the details in it, while still maintaining like the fast-paced, quick thought, sometimes jumbled, but still it gets to the point of Talia. That was impressive.
100% me, by the way.
I think it's a little fitting that you had two different sets of notes. That seems very Talia too.
Well, no, okay, so all my notes are color-coded. Every day I pick a new pen, whatever pen I want to use that day. Last session I used actually all of my pens, so they're all over the place, and I don't know where the notes started. So I actually, the recap was just me looking through the notes and being like, oh yeah, this happened. Okay, how do I put that into Talia's stories?
Right. Very good.
Yeah, that was definitely enjoyable. And everybody go ahead and mark down an experience point. Which means, and so this is the big thing with Open Legend, they are approaching level 5. At level 5, their maximum attribute score increases by 1 that they can have. So this is where saving up points for that can matter. Between now and when you get to level 5, you have 9 attribute points that you will gain. 3 of them you just got now. You need 7 to get a 6 to a score of 7. So as long as at this moment when you increase your XP by 1, as long as you have at least 1 attribute point remaining, you'll be able to get a score of 7. So that's something to keep in mind for your characters. So I'll bring up Roaches. So I gotta take that away so you can see it. But so for example, I'll increase the XP to 10 now, which means Roach's character has 3 unspent. So they could spend 2, which there's not a whole lot you would spend it on overall, but you could get a score of 1 to a 2, for example, and things like that. But just depends on where you are with your points. You also get 1 feat point. So depends on where you are on feat points to if you would spend that or not. Most of the feats at this point that players are going to be interested in are 2 cost or 3 cost feat points. So just things to plan ahead for. Basically, the way that it should happen is each of the remaining sessions you'll get 1 XP, unless you guys just do horribly and get slaughtered or something like that. At the end, in 2 more sessions, you should be level 5, just right about at the end of this season. So we'll see how that goes. Do you guys have any questions about that? All right, well then let's say goodbye. We'll start with Derek.
Hi everyone, I am Derek Sword. You can find me on Twitter at dsword16, where I post about RPGs, travel, dogs, fun stuff. I have been your resident Dragonborn Paladin Orion. Made a couple of mistakes this time, but I think that I still was able to defend as well as I could. We're not going to be here next week, correct?
Correct.
So I will see everybody in 2 weeks. And I always like to take this time to promote the creators that we have, not only on this show, but on this channel. They do amazing things. I, unfortunately, am not one of them, but I highly recommend all of the other ones. They do incredible stuff that they make handmade things. They're made with love and care, and they really hold up. So definitely check them all out.
And Leica.
Hi, I'm Blau Leica. I've been Luthka on this show. You can find me at Twitter at TimeBust, and I don't really have anything else to promote currently.
All right, and then we've got Eris.
I'm Eris Avad. Today I played Talia Kiekwin, the high elf, very squishy arcane historian. It's been an interesting day. I normally make dice trays and bags. I also play a lot of RPGs. This weekend, you'll be able to find me at Gen Con. And if you want to have some awesome travel accessories, gaming accessories delivered to you at Gen Con, go to my website right now, erisavad.com. If you use the code GenCon19, you can get 10% off anything in my handmade store, and you can use the option for pickup to save yourself shipping. And I will arrange to deliver your goods to you at the convention. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. And I am Great Mustache. You can find me on Twitter at Great_Mustache. You can find me on Twitch at The Great Mustache, no underscores, all one word there, where I stream some more Open Legend games like this one. So those are original campaigns. This one, of course, is in the Greyhawk setting, so it's part of the Greyhawk world, part of Blackmoor. It's been fun. There's something else I was going to say. Brain work. There's lots of other cool shows. Like, for example, well, actually, I don't know, because of Gen Con, there might not be a show after us. I don't know. But let me go ahead and throw that up so you can see. So this is the summer schedule, more or less. I think there's maybe 2 things that aren't going on there. But you can see there's a lot going on in the Greyhawk channel. So definitely check those shows out. So like I said, I'm not sure. There's several shows that are not happening this week because of Gen Con, but there's still some that are, and I can't remember offhand which ones are or not. So it's possible Savage Tides is going to be right after this here in about 45 minutes, but it's also possible it won't. So check the Twitter, and you'll be able to definitely see that and get updates about which shows are coming on. So we are not on next week because after Gen Con, I'm going to be visiting some other people, so I will be out of town next week on Tuesday. But then we'll pick it back up, and I think we've got three sessions before the end of the season remaining. Sounds about right. Something like that. So it'll be wrapping up here soon, but it's been fun, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.